Network 23. Intermittent voice loss.
Edison Carter to Network 23. Come on, clear this link.
Network 23 to Edison Carter. Okay, we have the link strong and clear. Your show goes live in 2 minutes. Your controller is Gorister.
Thank you, 23. Hello, Gorister.
Gorister here, Edison. Right, now you're above the incident. Descend and I'll guide you once clear of the chopper. By the way, you've got competition. There's quite a scene down there.
How long before I'm on air?
You've got 30 seconds. We'll make it.
Hello? Nick's not ready.
What's up?
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. All good. Yeah, I'm just looking for my ashtray. So I'm prepared.
Hey, I'll tell you this now. I got the worst lighter here, so I'm unprepared. And how's everybody doing in the chat? So, Nick, how are you, man?
I'm going to be honest with you, Hidden. I've had a pretty dreadful week. Cut the chase to the story, I should say. I've actually cut my hand open. As you can see, I've got about 10 stitches in there. My fault. Glass and hand doesn't really work in correlation to each other. So that was my fault on that part.
I heard a very strange rumor about that cut on your hand. I heard you was digging out your implants from your abduction stories.
Well, actually, a bear came into my lounge, and I fought with that. So yeah, we'll go with that story. Okay, forget the glass bit. I fought a bear, and the bear lost, but I won. But hey, Tracy, how's it going?
Hello, Tracy.
But otherwise, that happened Monday. Do you know what that looks like, Hidden?
The Phoenix Light.
Yes, exactly. It looks like the Phoenix Lights, which we're about to talk about, which is quite canny, isn't it? But yeah, the doctor said if it was near here, it would have tore like ligaments. So luckily enough, I can actually use my hand.
My good hand.
So, my best strong hand. Like, so this is my weekend. Best strong.
Me and Phil Snyder. Stop it, man.
Oh, don't you trigger people, mate. You trigger
Come
people
on,
again.
stop it. Phil Snyder, God rest your soul. And speaking of God rest your soul, I'd like to just give a heavenly shout out to Bruce Swartz from Bruce Says All. Sadly, he's no longer with us, man. And it's going to be strange from my point of view. It's going to be strange to do the searches for the footage because I see him at least twice a day, because not only does he do his UFO or his research channel in English, but he also does it in his native tongue of French. So God bless you. And I hope you're getting all the answers to all the questions and unlocking all the mysteries of the universe, Bruce. You may be gone, but you sure as hell ain't forgotten. And True said, I did have the honor of appearing on a panel show with Bruce. So I did tell him how much I admired his work, and then stuff went tits up. But we ain't going on about that. Not between me and him, but just on the panel. Has sometimes what happens when you have characters on a panel all together. I mean, like you've seen it before, Nick. When you get certain people on a panel together, there's sometimes people just start things and just for a reaction, and Bruce gave his reaction. So
yeah, well, like you said, gone but definitely not forgotten.
That's it. So Bruce, God bless you, brother. Sleep well. So on that's it. So I know it's a sad day. I know how I felt when did you ever hear of Street Cap?
Street Cap. Remind me. Sounds familiar.
He used to do a lot of moon footage, but a lot of NASA footage as well.
Okay. Okay. A bit like John Walton sort of style.
Yeah, but he used to look at the cameras off. He used to solely see John, the guy that you just called. He's got his own setup, hasn't he? Whereas
yeah.
whereas Street Cap, he used to just use the NASA feeds and catch these anomalies on the NASA feed. And when he went, it was like, whoa. So
did they stop those? Didn't they stop those NASA feeds now? Because there was a live broadcast at one point, wasn't there?
yeah, they still. You can no, they don't. They ain't stopped them because you can still.
Going, is it?
Yeah, you can still. It's just I don't know if people have the time. That's the word to monitor these cameras. Because when I first started out, there was a hell of a lot of ISS footage.
Yeah, I know. Back 2008, 2010, I can remember it was like quite a hot year for UFOs, if I can remember. Yeah, footage used to be pretty good back then. Very good.
So,
hello, wake up.
Should we dive in then?
Yeah, let's dive in. Let's grab. Unfortunately, guys, I normally do my presentation. I get everything laid out, and I haven't done anything quite like that this year. Sorry for today.
What can one say?
Yeah,
we're just glad you all turned up.
Yeah, absolutely. The chat is most important. Right, let's bring a photograph of the Phoenix lights, and I can bring up the so-called Wikipedia page as well. The Phoenix lights is one of the most famous sightings in America. I can remember this actually back in 1997, where let's bring this photograph up because we all know this. All yours, Eden. There we go. So this is original photograph. I think it's a still image from the footage.
Can you give me 2 seconds? I need to. Oh, that does look like a
yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man.
I got the wrong lighter.
Pretty typical. So yeah, this is a structural craft that was flying over. Hang on, let me bring up the Wikipedia page. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so unprepared for today. So this was lights, otherwise known as the lights over Phoenix, which was a series of wide sightings of unidentified flying objects that was observed over Arizona and Nevada on the 13th of March, 1997. And this was spotted by thousands of people, and I mean thousands of people saw this craft. There's pretty much the same footage as what you're going to see is the individual lights that I have here. How many got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I've got 7 stitches on my craft scar I've got there. So yeah, kind of mimics the coincidence. I don't, mate. If I was a conspiracy theorist, right, I would say that's not a coincidence.
Nothing is a coincidence.
It certainly is not, especially in 2024. But yeah, this craft here, cut long story to the short, I think that's the phrase what it's called. This was otherwise debunked as being flares, but the eyewitnesses, let's just zoom in, because the thousands of eyewitnesses says, no, this was a craft. This is one solid craft. I don't know if you can see the outline of, in a way, it looks like a boomerang.
Yeah.
Sort of like a V-shaped craft, and otherwise it looked like that. Okay, but
that's an artist's impression, isn't it? That's not natural.
This isn't. Yeah, exactly. So this is an artist's impression of what the supposed craft looks like. Obviously, the military did come out near the. I think it was the day after, sort of mocking it, saying no, these were flares, which will show you some videos. So we've got to look at both sides here, but you can rule out the eyewitness testimony. Let's bring up a nice artist impression. I found this one. That's quite nice. Yeah.
See, so now when can I just say something? Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, go.
I saw. Now, there's always 2 UFO sightings that I will speak about that I had personally, and I saw a craft with that same structure of lights,
right?
The same pattern of how the lights are the same. And I believe that it was a V-shaped craft. And the strangest thing that this object did when I saw it was it came over my head.
Yeah.
And it switched its lights off. I always say it went dark. It switched. It went. I'm going to have to use that term. It went dark, but it didn't. I knew it wasn't gone. I could still feel it there above me. It's like
really?
The way I can. The only way I can express how I felt was going down. And this is I don't know if could call me crazy on this one, but I think the moment it got over my head, what I felt was it knew that I could see it.
Because it has some sort of intelligence.
It was just going across the sky. It was way up there. It was way up there. And
you saw it as a triangle.
I saw the lights. I saw the lights.
Okay, you saw the outline of the lights. Okay.
That's all I could see was the lights. And it was just going across. It was going, well, it could be, see, I want to say slower than a plane, but if it's higher up, it's going to, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It weren't no plane. It weren't no plane.
Okay.
I know that for a fact. It weren't no plane. And it was just kind of eerie to me. But that's all I wanted to share.
No.
But I felt kind of strange that this thing obviously knew that I saw it. Or that's what I felt.
You sort of have that perception of it was actually had some sort of intelligence to a certain degree.
When I was looking up at it, I mean, I seen the thing moving, and then I was like, "What's that?" Because at first I thought it was a plane, obviously, but no sound. I heard no sound.
Yeah,
and I'm talking. This was probably like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, this seems to be like a recurring thing. You think we did the Belgian Triangle, which came out late 80s, early 90s. And then you got the Phoenix Lights. And then there was another like triangular craft, like the Aurora sort of craft, like the TR-3B. It's like it went from being like in the 50s and 60s, you know, the brim of the hat classic flying saucers, and then they went straight to triangular craft. I mean, would you say what you saw hidden was that one solid craft, or you think that was individual objects like orbs?
No, I think it was if they were individual orbs.
Yeah,
I would say that they were moving in a synchronized formation, and they stayed in that pattern. But it's just funny how they all went black. They just boom, as if somebody just switched off the lights. That's the best way I could put it. And then it just disappeared. What I mean by disappear is it just blended in with the night sky.
Ah, okay. Just out of curiosity, was you wearing glasses at the same time?
I had my joint. It's the best telescope I need.
Okay, right. I'm just going to tell a funny story. So our neighbor, Steve, he saw me the other day. He goes, "I saw a triangle UFO. It was like dots going in a triangle." He says, "Nick, I definitely saw it 100%. And then I was like, "All right, let me check the time-lapse camera," because I've got the camera facing that direction. And I looked through the footage. I couldn't see anything. I said, "Steve, I couldn't see anything." I said, "Are you sure you saw it?" He said, "Yep, I definitely saw it." And then the day after, his wife came out. He goes, "Oh yeah, remember that UFO Steve saw?" He said, "Yeah, it was the reflection in his glasses." I was like, "Oh my god!" Like this, but you said you wouldn't believe it. It was just like if you caught the light at a certain direction. He was looking at the window because he's a bit like me. He's a sky watcher, and if you just caught in the right direction, it would actually produce like a orbs of triangle. And he says he literally thought it was a UFO, but he said it literally blinked off, boom, like that. What you said, it just sort of blended in with the background. So this is why I said, was you wearing glasses at the same time? So
no, I wasn't.
Oh no, I wasn't. Okay, that's fine. Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, man. It's just every time I see something like that, I think of that sighting I had.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's only my word, because by the time I come to my senses of what's gone on, it had happened. It had happened. If I went and got my phone to take a picture, it'd have been a shit picture. Oh, sorry, it would have been a terrible picture. PG-13.
13, brother, come on.
We're going for PG-15 now.
There we go. Yeah, so let one slip, it'd be right. But yeah, this is interesting, man, because it's a very common occurrence. I mean, now it just seems to be like the the Ashton Forbes free orbs at the moment. That seems to be like a very common thing I keep on seeing at the moment.
But it's
yeah,
it's not for now. It's not for the orbs are not for now though. I think the orbs have been around a lot longer than, let's say, the other crafts. Because if you look at the Nuremberg, am I saying it right? The Nuremberg back in 17 something, when they were talking about the battle in the sky.
Oh yeah. Oh blimey! Anyone in chat remember that? I can't remember what that was called. It was in Germany, wasn't it?
I believe so. I believe so. It's
one of the famous painting, isn't it? Yeah, with all the balls in the sky.
And they did have a craft in it.
Might have done. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but no, these orbs have been going on, like you said, Hidden, for a very, very long time. Probably before even we, human civilization.
Indeed, I was going to say, because I'm sure the Hopi Indians used to talk about them. Sorry.
So let's bring up some.
Yes, the German woodcutting. Hey, Jose.
Let's bring up this news report. I did ask you, Hidden, whether or not I can use Fox News. Can you be all right?
Why not?
Yeah, go on then. Oh, I miss Art Bell. Actually, I was listening to Art Bell. He had this guy who invented like time travel or like teleportation. So there's bring me back to my college days. Absolutely brilliant. All right, Phoenix Lights, where are you? Okay, here we are. Cool. Right, let's do this. So this was from last year. So it happened in March it happened in the month of March. So it would have been 27 years since it happened. So this is Fox News, very untrustworthy news outlet. There we go.
Today marks 26 years since the mysterious Phoenix Lights appeared over the valley.
And we still don't know what it was, but there are plenty of theories out there. It was the evening of March 13th, 1997. People across Arizona, especially here in the valley, reported seeing a silent, miles-long V-shaped group of lights gliding quietly overhead. Was it a military mission, a prank perhaps, or visitors from outer space? The questions and confusion over the sighting have only grown during the prevailing years.
Now, of course, we're much more open to it recently as being real. And the Phoenix Lights is one of the premier mass sightings that they're looking at as being authentic, because thousands of people saw these massive craft or objects hover right over them, glide right over them, rooftop level. Some people said they could have thrown a stone at it. It was that close.
Wow.
I'm going with space aliens. I just wonder why they haven't come back. They must not have liked what
they didn't like what they saw. Yeah, they left.
All right, Harkins, Theater in Scottsdale hosted a community forum on the Phoenix.
Yeah, the aliens were like, "Oh, mate, Earth got no quality weed. That's it. We're going back to Klaxar's home and get some seriously stoned space weed." So, yeah, but you always notice, like at the end, you always get like one little smirk at, it says, "Oh, I think it's flipping." I probably joking, he's like all like twat waffles on Fox News, but they never really take it seriously. But yeah, I thought I'd just show this to say, look, it's still in the public eye today, even though like thousands of people saw it. But it's always strange that something this big as a phenomena, especially a UFO sighting, happens at night. And I've always said to myself, is it aliens or is it possibly something military? And I'm going something military.
That leads into what Joe asking the question is:
a
giant stealth bomber, a giant stealth blimp. Rumors are persistent about that.
Yes, that's a good point that you brought that up. This is a recent rumor. Yeah, I've got a Kurt Russell video up here at the moment I'm going to show because he reported it as well.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Blimp, yeah. I mean, if that was one solid craft, where the hell are they going to put that? Where are they going to store it? because apparently, according to reports, it was just like a football-sized aircraft. You know, this was massive. It was huge. You have to admit that woman kind of looks like reptilian.
Me too.
No offense. I'm sure she's a lovely lady, but yeah.
I wonder if she won any awards for a documentary.
I probably think she did, mate. I probably think she did.
Maybe one or two. Talk about self-promotion.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on a news show, you're like, hey, look at all these awards I won.
I did notice that, yeah. Best documentary feature.
What an a-hole.
Yeah, we're like shoving it in there. Yeah, yeah. So, all right, mate, we got the point. All right.
It must have been the writer. Yeah, I'll come on Fox News, but can I show you all the laurels I got from my documentary first?
Yeah. So your big head's covering a lot of it up, love. So anyway, yeah, it's good pictures, isn't it? Right, but you have to admit, she does kind of look. If Maria Orsic was like 110 years old, probably look like that. Just saying. But anyway, let's move away from that.
It's probably her.
And she don't exist, mate. I wish she was exist because she'd be stunningly hot. Right, but yeah, this was.
She is, I'm married to her. that threw you. That threw you.
Yeah, bet he did, mate.
All right, I'm gonna be.
I just want. No, that's all right, man. That's all right. I
gotta roll.
I'll tell you what. Let's bring up an old original footage because I want to show you how this craft is positioned in the sky. Because try and compare it to, I mean, millions of other footage that has come out of balls of light in the sky. But I believe this just sat silently for, I think, about half an hour over Nevada. And eventually it glided slowly away. And according to the people that were basically underneath it, and I'd love to see if there's any footage of that, they can actually throw a rocket at it. But this thing was silent. But going back to the blimp theory, oh, there we go, 420 too hard, theory. That sounds kind of plausible because I'm going to try and grab a photograph of this blimp that it kind of makes sense because if that, like I said, if that was a solid craft, where the hell are they going to store that? So it makes sense if it was some sort of blimp or like hot air balloon shaped in that sort of V position. Otherwise, if it was a hoax or done by the military, but I don't think.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I just want to say a quick thank you, Michael, for turning up, man. I had a great time being interviewed. Sorry I got so stoned.
As you do. Yeah, it was a good show, man. It was a really good show. Let's bring up.
See, Jose's now. He's always adding something to it. He can't just settle with a stealth blimp. He's got to say it's an anti-gravity blimp now. What are you gonna say? Next, this blimp could make us a cup of coffee in the mornings and give us a kiss on the neck. Nah, I'm playing. I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing. Here we go.
Oh,
blimps need fans to move. Something that big would have giant fans and would be loud as Elmer Fudd, I think. Yo, we got our guessing. We got.
Who's this? Oh, hey. How's it going?
we got to try and. I'm going to go. Jenny. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Hi, Jenny. Thanks for being here.
And our other friends here.
Oh.
How you doing? Well, you're all our friends, so I shouldn't say our other friend. You're all our friends. Another one of our friends, because I know Chicago. All right, let's get back to these blimps might be stored in a desert under the mountain or tents.
Yeah, I would imagine some sort of military installation.
Or they could be in Jose's backyard. I'm telling you, because this guy, he seems to know too much. You really do, Jose.
That's a bloody big blimp. That is one huge blimp. Otherwise, yeah. Let's. I got the video up.
Brigitta. Okay. Oh, I got one who's not my friend. Oh my god. What have I done? Well, my joke's not good enough. Okay, let's get to it. Let's cut to the chase now. There we go. The original footage.
Right. This is the original. Oh shit!
What's happening? Oh, what's that? He's hit it too hard, folks. Look at him go. Should we put him on big screen? Look at him go. Is he back? Oh, round 2. Oh, round 3. Oh, he's back. Oh. He's hit that hard, guys. He's hit that hard.
You know when you get a bit of nug goes at the back of your throat when you token? Yeah, that. Sorry. So sorry. Right, let's click play. Let's get this done before I die in Minecraft.
Die of weed.
Yeah, die weed. Yeah. Choking on my own highness.
You'll be the first recorded death. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah. Oh, choking on some sweet nug. But yeah, this is the original footage, and you can see it's just sat there. But I forgot to mention, if you look to the left, you see another orb, ball of light coming into fruition. I think you might see it here.
Slightly cleared up. I wonder what Scott Waring could do with this footage.
Say again, mate?
I wonder what Scott Waring could do with this footage, because he's using AI to tidy up footage.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe I should.
But this is how it came into fruition. So it didn't. It kind of. It
materialized.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word I'm thinking of. Yeah.
I lost my lighter, man.
You and your bloody lighters, mate.
I got the crappy one that don't work.
Mate, if you go to B&M, you get a pack of them for like £1. There we go. And you can see the orb to the left.
Yeah.
Slowly makes its way.
I just had the damn thing. Oh, there it is.
Dear. I would have to admit, I'll be quite astonished if I did see this. Even though we're going to show you a UFO footage that I caught personally the other day. It was a ball of light, or maybe if it was a ball of light. But this on a mass sighting, especially in 1997. And you would have think you had the X-Files back then. There was a lot of supernatural stuff. So seeing this in the sky, really caught people's attention. I think we'll do the same in this day and age as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, seeing this. Yeah,
I think especially in this day and age, they go nuts because there's so many people aware of it, whether they believe it or not. They're aware of it because of what the governments of not just the American government, but they do have a lot to play. I'll give them that credit because being they started the ball rolling, a lot of the world is getting involved. I mean, the Chinese government are looking into it. We've had the Brazilian government release their UFO files.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing I got to criticize this footage about is why did they add the crappy music on? I would have loved to have just heard it without the music. No, but hopefully hearing the spectators.
Hold on, I think I got another footage here, mate. Let's see.
This one is this. They did a good job of clearing it up, though.
Yeah. You can see how close it is to the ground.
Have you heard that witnesses saw a structure?
Yeah. It was like the V-shaped craft, not the TR-3B, but a bit like a boomerang.
Boomerang, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there we go. That is the original footage with creepy music. So what do you guys make of that? I mean, it's a fascinating footage, but again, we are dealing with balls of light here. If that was during the daytime, completely different matter. Should we get on to the, we'll say, debunking side? Okay, because shortly afterwards, let me bring up Wikipedia, because it shows you how much research I've done into this. So yeah, this apparently the lady who looked like a reptilian or older version of Maria Orsic, she did a lot of investigation into Phoenix lighting, the Phoenix Light sighting, and she witnessed it as well. And she said it was a craft, and she practically gathered a lot of eyewitness testimonies, quite a lot of them, and gathered a lot of footage, and she put a documentary together, which I'm going to show that.
Oh, I wouldn't have known she had a documentary out.
Yeah, that was all the reward she had.
I'm just joking. Joking.
Oh man, I couldn't tell.
We all saw the laurels.
Let's have a look at the explanations. So, hold on. Let me look here. So what they tried to swore this off of was something called Operation Snowbird, which was a pilot training program operated in winter by the Air National Guard. Excuse me. And what they were doing, they were dropping flares from an aircraft. And that's why you see one light go on and another one go on and another one go on. So it was in
the parachute flares.
Yeah, basically. But they did a test of that shortly after, or a couple of months after, to prove that it was actually flares. So they actually dropped flares in exactly the same position, and it looks absolutely nothing like it.
Yeah.
There was a press conference that came after the event, and it was a big mockery because we had some bloody congressman dressed up in an alien suit came out, sort of mocking it, basically. So they sort of kind of downplayed it as being essentially flares just being dropped, but you can't hear any aircraft. Obviously, you couldn't hear the original footage because you had the bloody music in the background. But in the original footage, you cannot hear no aircraft. And if you've got that amount of flares, I mean, especially over the mountain way, that thing's going to echo across the town, and you can't hear anything. So it doesn't look like flares anyway, because flares will have like a trail behind it as it descends. But these balls of light just stay there, stationary. So as soon as the governments or any institutions who try to debunk things immediately say is a flare when it comes to a ball of light, it's not true. It's just they just use that as the go-to excuse, like a quick excuse, a bit like what they did with Operation Blue Book, in a way of just sort of disregarding any UFO sighting as being swamp gas, bloody seagulls, bolts of lightning, stupid stuff like that. So yeah, that's what they trying to sort of debunk this sighting as being flares. But there's been, thousands of people witnessed it, and the people that were basically underneath it said, no, this thing was a craft, and it moved silently. And these people sound genuine. Bear in mind, you do get the people in ufology, and this goes with the territory with ufology, guys, is that people insert themselves into the phenomena. Luis Alondo, I hope I said his name right. No, Elizondo. Yeah, I mean, people that just insert themselves into ufology. That's what you kind of find with the certain events that's going on for the past decades, really. So you have to take that in consideration. But I'm not poo-pooing any sort of or disregarding any people that witnessed it, because a lot of people said, no, this was a craft. This was an absolutely solid craft.
And just to add on to Jose's point, not only do they don't loiter, but they don't float off. They burn out.
Exactly. Yeah, they burn out, of course. And you think you got the turbulence as well. I mean, it looked like they were dropped quite I wouldn't say fairly high, but you can see it over the mountaintops. You would get some wind shear, at least something. You would just see.
You get smoke.
individuals
get
just
smoke.
blow in different directions.
You'd see the smoke as well.
Exactly.
You'd
and the
even
trail.
get you should even get little drops, but who knows? I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. And I've seen I've doing the channel, I've seen flares. And even if you go back maybe 4 or 5 years, I've even posted videos of flares thinking they were UFOs because I didn't know. Now I know.
Now you know, yeah. It's a learning curve, isn't it? I mean, to the untrained eye, who's people who is new to ufology, you know, they get excited. I was there once, but once you've been in the field, and I mean that lightly, the field, you tend to know how the card is played, and you learn through reviewing footage. And I got loads of footage of balls of light in the sky, and I would have to admit they're all bloody satellites. Well, they could be explained, but excuse me. But at the time, I know I'm slipping. But at the time, I didn't know because I was new to the field. I was new to the community. But you learn through the way, man, and people kind of get upset when they get proven wrong in ufology. So,
and it's a sad thing because I personally believe that if you're proven wrong, take it on the chin. You know, you made a mistake.
Yeah.
But walk away and learn something.
Exactly.
As long as you can walk away and learn from that experience, then it's a valuable lesson. It's a lesson.
Absolutely. It's a bit like my research I do with the German flying saucers. It's such a controversial subject. And I always say to myself, as a researcher into this topic, I might be full of crap. You know, I might be wrong, and I've said I'm willing to be proven wrong, and I've actually made videos about that. You know, about Foo Fighters, I produced this photograph of what I thought was an actual Foo Fighter device, which was the transmission frequency probes that the Germans created to down military aircraft. But then I found out through further research, no, this was actually fake. And I actually had the original model of the fake model in another book that I bought. I was like, oh, actually, no, I was wrong about that. So I had to make another video saying, no, this is actually wrong. And I was wrong. And like I said, Hidden, you've got to take it on the chin. You've got to say, okay. And even this comes with conspiracy theorists, you know, look in the mirror. And this is like the hardcore conspiracy theorist. Sometimes you've got to look in the mirror and say to yourself, am I full of crap?
Well, not everything is a conspiracy theory.
Exactly. Yeah. Not everything is a conspiracy, because I know people that are in that mindset, and I was there twice, and it does you no good at all. You like live in constant fear. I know we're going off a bit topic here, but I just want to make that point, is that sometimes you have to detach yourself and say, no, you know, reptilians might not be running the earth, you know, so it's like, so sometimes you just take a step back from reality, but you know, but it depends on the person.
We'll see. Me personally, since we're veering off a little bit, I do think there is another element that's running the earth.
Oh yeah, not denying that. No, I was just sort of giving an example.
I think maybe their true form may look similar to a reptilian, or what we've been told, because like, again, we're being told that we're being deceived. There's another camp in the UFO community that are telling us straight away that the aliens are being misrepresented. They're not aliens, they're demons, and that these people know they're demons. I'm sure you come across all this sayings.
Yeah, but the thing is how do we know what a demon is? I mean, people are just going off what the Bible says. This is what a demon looks like. It's like, but no one really knows. So, I mean, take 7 grams of mushrooms.
Some people do. Don't be. I wouldn't say that. I know that there's some people out there in this world that have experienced it and have seen what they truly look like. Joe, what's up, man? I gotta give this brother a shout out. What's up, Joe?
Let's have a look.
Joe,
how's it going, man?
See now, Joe, that's a good point, because I've always said this with some of these objects that we're seeing, not all of them, But with some of these objects that we're seeing, but for sure, they could be unmanned drones, because that's what we do. When we want to go check out a planet, we send an unmanned vehicle, a satellite or a probe, we call them, and it goes and films and does what it's got to do. So why couldn't it be another race of people millions of light years away saying, look, we don't want to send our people over there just in case these people are hostile. Let's send probes. And maybe these probes are doing the same as what's happening on Mars, that they're out living their life. Because remember, the Mars rover, it should have been finished a few years back, and it's still going. So good point.
Yeah,
nice to see you. Nice to see you, Joe. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you.
I'd like to meet up with you, man. I know you got a family now and everything, but I'd like to meet up with you, you know, and find out more about your Jewish faith. Now, it's a little joke between me and Joe.
Okay, that's all right then. So I reckon, like, these, I mean, like Joe says, these unmanned probes, or what we would call drones now, I mean, would you call them as probes?
Yeah, I would, because they're
probes.
They're checking everything out, like, as if you would.
Yeah, because it kind of makes sense, because why would the extraterrestrials, given that they are a physical being, would travel thousands of light years to get here, potentially getting blown up? Because anything, especially in America, anything an unknown object, that thing's going to get shot down. So so they're probably going, okay, like, sort this, let's just bring these unmanned sort of vehicles, saves us going there and getting in danger.
Well, it's to me, it's logical. I mean, we think we're smartest people on the planet thought the same thing, you know.
You mean you?
Well, I don't. Me and Nikola Tesla had that talk. Nah, I'm playing. But you know, if they can figure it out, you got civilizations that can transverse galaxies. Obviously, they're going to figure it out, or they could have another mean of travel. There's many. The mind can go to many different places, especially when you're smoking weed with this one, because you know,
weed. Try mushrooms, mate. Mate, we've had this discussion on Alien Addict on Friday. Mate, this ain't real. Take 7 grams of mushrooms and then you tell me whether or not this is real. In fact, me and Lee, actually, Lee brought up a good point, the co-host of Alien Addict. He says he can see Matrix, you know, the Matrix coding in the Matrix movie. He saw that when he did his experience, and I saw that when I had my experience. It's like the code of the universe. It's flipping weird, Hidden, honestly. You know, but I've come to the conclusion that possibly everything is connected. I'm going to talk about that. I think aliens is on a spiritual level, in a conscious level, basically. They're in a sort of another dimension that we cannot see. They're here, but we cannot see them. You know, you might have a UFO right above your head. A bit like what John here in chat, who we had on our last episode, you can see these objects in the sky, but he can't see it himself. But when you look through another lens, you can actually see it. They're there, you know, what he would call Tinkerbell. So I think that is linked in with ghosts. Yes, I'm going to say Bigfoot. Yes, I'm going to say that as well. I think it's all interconnected together.
Yeah.
So on a conscious level, I've come to that conclusion through my experiences. But should I rule out the fact that there's no such thing as, you know, physical extraterrestrials in these craft? You know, am I supposed to rule that out? Do you know what I mean? Hidden is like it's
no,
like
I know what you're saying, because it's interesting. Because if you do you remember the guy one of the scientists talking about Roswell aliens? Yeah. And he said, do you remember what he was saying about them?
He was saying they were all messed up and looked like chicken jerky.
Nah. Well, he was saying what he basically saying is like he noticed there was no internal organs, nothing like that. They were kind of like drones.
Oh right, really? And that's
They just functioned, but they didn't know how they got food, how they drank, or anything. Like if almost they were a bio robot.
Was this the guy who actually looked into Roswell aliens?
No, he was one of the dudes that was there that claims that he was there when they opened it up.
Okay.
Because he was talking about what was inside and all that. So I don't know if that's where he was saying it was a mess or something. I don't recall that. I do recall him saying, because it got me to the idea that because apparently the aliens that were at Roswell, I know we're talking about Phoenix Lights, but I'll finish this one. Apparently the aliens that were at Roswell were the small greys, and you hear about the two types of greys: is the large and the small.
Yeah, one's an asshole and one's nice, isn't it?
Well, the nice ones are the small ones, isn't it? But the small ones, the small ones,
the good ones.
Well, but the small ones are working for the big ones.
Oh, are they?
The big ones are their boss. You see what I'm saying?
Is it? Who says that then?
You don't know this.
No, I know.
Come
Dude,
on.
I know about. Dude, I've known about Roswell since I was a little wee lad, I've heard this story so many times, and I like to say, right, who's telling these stories? Where am I getting these stories from? Because I hate to use this term, but trust me, bro. You know, I'm going towards the.
It's good for Lou Elizondo, so can't it be good enough for the hidden underbelly? Lou gets away with it. Yeah, I got a book out. I'm going to tell you absolutely nothing, but trust me, bro.
Trust me.
So trust me. No, I'm not saying this. I'm saying, look, if you guys probably search hard enough into the aliens, the Roswell aliens, you'll probably find this guy talking about it, and then you can hear for himself that this guy was saying these things were like a bio robot. They had nothing. They had nothing internal to work, like how we have lungs, kidneys, liver, heart. They had nothing.
So what does that say about the? What does that say about the alien autopsy then? That's fake.
No, I don't know. They might have caught a different kind of alien. I don't know, because I do think they're fake. I do think these alien autopsies are fake.
Oh well, the original one. I'd like to do an episode on that. In fact, we could do that on the next one if you wanted to. Because I clearly remember that. That's nostalgic thinking about that. The one from 19. Hey, John, how's it going, man? How's it going? So, yeah. Do you want to go back to Phoenix Lights, or we're going in different directions?
Yeah. Let's go back, because everybody's waiting for Jake Pliskin.
Who's that?
See, I knew he would know. That's his age, guys. That's his age. Jake the Snake Pliskin. Well, last time I heard he was dead.
Who's he though? Who is he? I don't know who he is.
He's from of our time. Now, this was a great movie,
right?
Called Escape from New York, and the guy Jake Pliskin was played by Kurt Russell. And anytime he'd walk into a different room, someone would always come up to him and say, "Oh, Jake, I heard you was dead, Pliskin."
All right. Right over my head, mate. Right over my head. Well, check out the movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I would tell you to watch it. My son watched it not so long ago, and he said, "Look, I can see where it was good in your times, but it's a bit dated." And I said, "Okay."
What was it called again?
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York.
Just imagine, like at me when I was like, I think I watched it when I was about 13, 14.
Oh, you were a little wee lad. Causing trouble? Was you smoking weed back then?
Yeah,
I was. Yeah.
I mean, I see, growing up in Florida, man, you just had it all around you. You know, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember one time we were messing around in the woods, and we just stumbled across a patch of it growing.
Wow! Oh, amazing!
Oh, but you could tell. Now I'm going way back, but you could tell in our neighborhood who was growing weed, because when the police helicopters was coming, you'd see these guys grabbing their ladders, because they were growing the plants on their roofs. So they're grabbing their ladders to get the plants down.
Well, there's a little trick. this is the old classic trick. If you are growing that, especially if you're in America or England, whatever, if you get a grown tomato plant,
Yeah.
two of them, chuck them together, you can't tell the difference, baby. The only thing is the smell. That smell is gonna pong. Woo! Yeah, I have no experience of that. But no, I'm joking, just joking. Yeah, don't come after me. But yeah, it's very rewarding. But it doesn't stink, doesn't it? But yeah, two tomato plants together, you can't tell.
Yep. We're gonna leave that one up. You got it. You got it. Snake Plissken thought you were dead. But anyways, now I do have. Hold on, I'm done, Nick.
Oh God, here we go. It's gone bright red. You're muted, mate. There we go.
Good. That was good. Whew.
So we're both dying in Minecraft on this
show. So thousands of people saw the Phoenix lights, yeah?
Yeah. Bring up this photograph then, because I want to go on to what the military says. So just to give you an idea. I
still have a question. I still have a question, though.
Well, yeah, far away.
All right. The reason why I'm interrupting is because I'll forget it. So
now,
this wasn't just seen at one location, though.
No. This was Arizona and Nevada.
So it was seen over 2 states.
2 states. The lady who I'm going to show in a minute, she saw it apparently a couple of days before, according to her. But this was seen on a sequence of days. I think now looking at this on my big screen here, that is fake. Look, I think they superimposed another photograph because I have taken this from this website. Because what the military was saying is that the flares were lit up on the mountain tops here, and everyone who was shooting this from the craft was in the town, which was facing towards the mountain. So it gave the illusion it was coming from the mountain tops, which kind of makes sense. I know the History Channel did a sort of analysis into it, and they conclude that it was coming from the mountaintop. I think even my dad says that. But if you're watching Ancient Aliens, it ain't doing you any favors, you know. One thing I was going to say, ufology is entertainment and it is a business. That's ufology in a nutshell, basically.
Here's an interesting one. I don't want to get into that, but I agree somewhat. Somewhat, I agree.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Anyone in chat, please?
No. Here's one. This is coming from Joe Mama. You know Joe?
Oh, hi, Joe Mama. Yeah, I've seen Joe Mama before. Yeah.
You know Joe, because there's another Joe. You know Joe?
How many Joes are in a chat? Oh yeah, there's Joe. Another Joe. I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but do you know? Oh man, there's this dude named Joe. You know him?
Yeah, Joe.
Oh no, Joe... you're not doing a joke. You need to say Joe who?
Joe Raman?
No, you got to say. I'll tell you what. Do the clipping. Just say Joe who. You can put this on your short. You know Joe, yeah?
Yeah, Joe who?
Joe Mama. It's me and my kids joke.
Right. I'm clearly I'm not stoned enough to be on the show to co-host, so I'm gonna 420 again.
Yeah.
So these jokes.
Joe Mama. Man. See, I don't.
You know, this is what I like. I like these awkward moments that we have between the two of us. It's.
I just remember that
in some sort of way.
I say that when my little girl's around, I say, "Yo, have you seen Joe?" And she just looks at me and goes, "Joe Mama."
Yep, Joe Mama. I'll remember that one. Probably get slapped for that, especially my part of the town. Oh man, should we just bring up a video? Should we just bring up?
Can we answer this one question then?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Yeah. Many insiders say the Phoenix Lights was a holographic experiment. What's your take on that?
I personally think,
and that's coming from Joe Mama.
I don't know, because if it was a hologram, I think they would have projected that craft. I think everyone from the distance would have seen this craft in some sort of way, especially at night. There was an event 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 years after this Phoenix Lights, which I started to come to the conclusion that whatever flew into Thingy Majiggy was actually a hologram. Yeah.
Oh, I know what
Being
you're
like-
on about. I know
yeah,
what you're
yeah,
on about.
honestly. So, and that was in broad daylight. And he used an
Yeah.
energy weapon for that sort of stuff. But I think it could be. I mean, we're talking about 1997 here. And I know Edgar Fouché, who came out in, I think, that same sort of time period. Edgar Fouché, he talked about the TR-3B. I think that might be the early 90s, actually. I'm not too sure. But he was talking about holographic technology as well by using quasi-crystals. And I think that goes back to the late 80s when you had the Star Wars program brought on by Ronald Reagan. I believe he's the one that started it. So all these energy weapons and even holograms, you can trace that back to late 80s. So a possibility this was like a sort of see how the public would react by projecting this craft in the sky. But I think if they wanted to do something like that, I think they would have put more detail into that boomerang craft. It's only the people that was close up to it. It looked like a boomerang shape. But I think if it was in a distance, I think it would be a bit more prominent, in my opinion. But possibility. What do you reckon, Hidden? What do you reckon? Do you reckon... Is it a full-on craft, or do you reckon it's a hologram, extraterrestrials? Our friend Derek here.
No, like I said, like I was trying to ask. Well, now I'm stoned. Here it goes. Well, what I was leading on to before was like how you said, how it's been reported. It's not you saying, it's how it's actually was reported to have seen in 2 states.
Yeah.
By different eyewitnesses in different locations,
from all ages, from kids and mums and dads, literally like all ages saw this.
So, but the different locations is what I want to play on, because some people could say it's a group hysteria kind of routine. Sure.
Yeah,
you got me.
I understand.
So all these people in the different locations, were they all seeing the same craft, or were they seeing a different variant of the craft?
No, I think they saw the same. I think they saw the same boomerang-shaped craft. And actually, there's a good point you made, Hayden, about that, because when it comes to like hysteria, I mean, this was a big thing. I mean, I would have been bloody excited if I saw something like this in the sky, especially if it was still like the boomerang craft. So I think possibly neighbors or some part of the other town, they got wind of, oh no, this was people that just saw the dots in the sky heard news that no, this was a boomerang craft, and then suddenly they sort of correlate that to say, oh no, I actually saw boomerang craft. Do you understand with the sort of hysteria that goes along with it? People's perception tends to get more accentualized in a more fictional way, basically. So that could be taken in consideration for sure. But yeah, looking through the reports, Nevada, Arizona, and Nevada had the same sightings. They all saw the lights, and they both locations saw the craft as well. But it all moved very, very slowly, and I believe it went straight out into the distance, out of view. And yeah, that was pretty much it. There was obviously other sequences the day afters. I'm going to try and bring up a video of one of the eyewitnesses who's done. Am I missing a joke? Hold on. Too many people hallucinating at the same time. Yeah, BS.
No, I gotta say things like that. And the reason why I say it is because you have people like Midwest who will come out and say it's people hallucinating when they can't.
Yeah, but he's paid to say that.
Yeah, but I just want to state it out there that I am aware of a situation of massive. Well, I am aware of a potential situation for mass hallucination. Not that I've ever come across it.
Yeah. Unless everyone's like smoking like the best weed. Like, man, this weed's giving me like hallucinations, man. Like spike the water supply. Right, let's bring this video up. This is what we'd consider as a Mick West style debunk.
We should have Mick West himself. I'd love to have him on the show. I'd love to have him on the show.
Why? Why? I'm sorry, but people like Mick West. He's not a skeptic. He's not a debunker. He is. What's the other word for debunker?
Yeah, you have to say alleged on the next thing you gotta say.
No,
we're a small channel.
I know a small channel, man, but it's you ain't gonna convince the guy. No, I ain't gonna say nothing nasty about the guy. I mean, he doesn't know me. I don't know him either. But I'm nothing against him. But people like that, you would never hold on. You would never swindle their opinion. That they have is either their way or the highway, and that's unfortunately that's the Mick West route. It's just it's absolutely pointless to have him on a UFO channel talking about UFOs unless you're actually going to debunk it. It's bloody pointless. You know what I mean?
That is his one chink in his armor, and I agree with you 100%. And if Mr. West is watching this, I will explain myself to him. To you guys, it's 100%. That's Mr. West's downfall. He doesn't like to admit when he's wrong, even when you hand him it and say you are wrong.
That is the debunker avenue. That is how that is. It's just it's part of narcissism. In fact, they love to smell their own farts because
just with him. Let's say just with him, because there are some other good. The majority, I don't know, the majority of the debunkers out there, on YouTube especially, I'm going to tell you this, they're crap. The majority. There is a minority of these debunkers that are actually quite good. But then when you look at the minority that are actually quite good, they do have, like Mr. West, I do think he is a good debunker. But when he's wrong, he don't want to admit it, and that's his that's to me, I think, is wrong. What I do, and like what you do, like you said, you made a mistake. We own up to it. We hold ourselves accountable. Why can't one of these guys do that?
The thing is, they've got so much popularity and traction, especially through Twitter, because that's where people get the bulk of their information is through Twitter. They have to, in one way, they have to like stick to their guns. You know, when anything, like for instance, we had that balloon that was shot down, and there was a photograph taken from the telescope, and you can see this sort of very grainy footage in the sky, and he just immediately says, "Oh no, some sort of debunk that was going along with it." But he would use the go-to excuse, or what I would call the Project Blue Book excuse of, "Oh no, it's swamp gas, it's seagulls, it's a balloon." You know, it's just the easy go-to thing, and that's Mick West. But he, like you said,
it's not
he
just
won't
Mick
change
West.
his mind.
It's not just Mick West. It's not just Mick West, but he's one that's very rigid. See, I like anybody that... See, Mick West, he's always approached me in a nice manner. Now, you remember what I said about the bad debunkers? They don't approach you in a nice manner. They talk to you. They talk to you in a kind of way that I don't accept it. It's unacceptable for me. You know, you don't come at me that way. If you want to talk to me like, say, other people have, well, I'm happy. I'm happy, mate. Doing what I've done. I've talked to rocket scientists. So who the fuck are you to come up to me and talk to me the way you're doing this?
Yeah, they've got this very, like I said, it's a part of narcissism. This, I mean, we've a whole generation is brought up by this. I mean, I think it's a lot of it's gone down to like social media. I think it's just got a lot of this power. Like to say, like the following is it's such a stronghold. I'm not naming people, but I could name a couple of people actually. Who's just got down the bandwagon of trying to get as much subscribers that you can, and it sort of solidifies your beliefs because you've got comments after comments saying, yeah, great work. This is the truth. You're doing great work, and it sort of feeds your BS. You understand? It goes with it. So Twitter has really done that. Brought a lot of narcissism, that sort of attitude that comes with ufology. I mean, it's a bloody mess, mate. You know what it's like.
I know. Oh, I know.
You've been there, mate.
You guys, like. Unfortunately, I lurk in these worlds. I don't stay in too long, so I don't really know the ins and outs. But I have to lurk in there because sometimes there are some footage that comes from Twitter.
A lot of it's interesting.
Twitter.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to disagree because I know a lot of it comes from somewhere else. They just see, because Twitter don't have no copyrights and all that stuff. Yeah, they can grab it and throw it up. And then if you look at some of these people, they'll say, email me for whatever. But it's always like, if you want me to take the video down, email me, because they don't want to no hassle. See, on YouTube, they can just copyright strike you, just take it down. But
I heard TikTok's doing that now, isn't it? Apparently TikTok is becoming a less free speech platform to be on. Because bear in mind, a lot of conspiratorial stuff and that alternative stuff that comes on Twitter normally comes from Instagram, but especially TikTok. And I've heard recently they're shadow banning, and it starts to become a less
it's probably our own government doing that, because they want none of the free worlds wants TikTok, do they? America don't want it. And I'm not talking about the American people. I'm talking about the governments. They don't want it.
Yeah, they don't want it. They want Twitter either, don't they? They want to ban that. I was on TikTok. My experience with TikTok, I started and I had all my gardening stuff on there, and it did good views. And then I thought, I'll put some like German flying saucer research into it. My God, like no view. I'm not joking. It went literally thousands of views into nothing, and it stayed nothing. I thought, do you know what? Sod it. And this was TikTok, for Christ's sake. No, this was, anything alternative, especially when it comes to UFOs. It's quite big on that platform, but I had absolutely nothing, and I just got off it. So Joe Mama, anyone else banned by TikTok? John replied, been in Twitter jail before. I don't know. It's rolling up. I don't know, but I don't really sort of delve into TikTok. Well, I do, but I don't post anything. I always catch up on like the latest updates on ufology and all that. And I have to admit, it's always the same stuff regurgitated. It's like, I remember that case from years ago. I've seen that. Have you not noticed that hidden? When you pop through, it's like all these old cases starting.
And they're so like stupid. They're so stupid because they put them up as like they happened yesterday. They even put the date up as yesterday. And I think that's awful. I think that's terrible, but it's been going on now for quite a while. So,
but this was the point I made earlier, is that you have people that are new to the community. And I understand the excitement of even go through an awakening process, but even like going through ufology, you suddenly believe in aliens and extraterrestrials, and you find all these old cases and you think, oh, brilliant, no one's ever even heard this before. And then you put it out on Twitter and you go, and people comment saying, this is like old, this is nothing new. It's a bit like Uri Geller when he put that fake X-Files alien photograph.
He's an idiot.
Even Linda Moulton Howell, who put that alien photo that came from a PS2 game. And people sucked it up. It's like, look, come on, like.
I don't know why Geller's getting involved. Yeah, nah.
I don't know. He worked for the CIA, mate. Didn't he work? He was recruited.
So he says.
Yeah, is there any proof to that? I don't really know, mate. To be honest with you,
I do think he did some work with the CIA, but he's a joke. What do you guys think about Uri Geller in the chat, in the comments? What do you guys think? Because my opinion of him, do you know the story about me messaging Uri Geller?
No. Go on then.
Oh man,
What was that?
I messaged Uri Geller because when I saw what this fool was doing from the beginning, I messaged him and he put out a video and I said, look, mate, this ain't new. Sent him the link to my channel and I said, I came back to him and I said, look, I watched you when I was a little kid, man, and you were awesome. But what you're doing to yourself now, you're making yourself a clown and people are laughing at you. Now, if you want to work with me, because I deal with civilian sightings, let me show you what I got. And I'll be more than happy to, because you're not doing yourselves any favor. The guy couldn't even answer me back. And he went on to put
spoons.
You know something, I'm going to say he could. Now, you know, he did something. I'm going to be quick about this. He did something probably in the late 90s, early 2000s when he was on TV. He was on the TV and he said, put your spoon on top of the TV.
Yeah.
And by the end of the show, I'd make your spoon bend. So I was like,
not your spoon, mate. No, it's something else. But yeah, carry on.
I said, this man's full of it. You know what I mean? So I had to go and do it. And the end of the show, he said, all right, everybody, go get your spoons. I went and got my spoons. My spoon had bent. My spoon, I shit you not. So hold up, man. This man did it.
Swore again, hidden. PG-13, brother. No, we're PG-15 today. But no, seriously, is that a real story? Did the spoon bend?
No, it's true. It's true. As much as I want to say bad things about this guy for what he's doing now to the UFO community, but I think the people in the community can see it for what it is. I think they're laughing. I think so. I think they're not laughing with him; they're laughing at him, which is a terrible shame. But
I never taken him seriously because he did get caught out. There is no spoon. Very, very true. Because everything doesn't exist. It's just a very small frequency that our eyes can perceive. A very, very tiny frequency. So yeah, I agree with that. There is no spoon. That's the Matrix quote, isn't it?
No,
I got to watch the Matrix again. There's so much truth about that. That is like, do you know what I was thinking? 1999 was a banging year for movies. It was like what you had the Matrix, Star Wars: Phantom Menace. Yeah, you had the Mummy. Yeah.
You ever heard of Equilibrium?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah,
because the Matrix it's a good film, but the Matrix did so well it overshadowed it.
Yeah, 1999 was a bagging year. Definitely remember that. So yeah, what were we talking about?
It was a good year for weed as well. I think we were going to try and bring up what's his name. Every year is a good year for weed, my friend.
Especially if you're smoking Stardog, definitely.
Is that what you're smoking? What are you guys in the chat? What are you guys? Any guys in the chat 420ing? And if you are, let us know what you're holding.
Yeah, definitely, man. And for those who are in chat who's watching this, please like and subscribe.
Or
I've got to say that because they will eventually.
Don't.
Sorry, Bird.
Like somebody else's place. Subscribe to Nick.
Oh, you're too kind, mate. Yeah. Stardog is like the new fashion now, isn't it? It's part of the Cali Kush. And we've got Amy as well. John here has some lemon hash. Is that lemon hash there, John? That sounds awesome, man.
That looks like cheese lemon hash.
Oh, cheese.
That's a nice one.
I haven't had cheese.
Joe, you're letting Tel Aviv down. Our man in Israel is letting everyone down. Joe, what do you think about Uri Geller? You being a Jew and him being a Jew. Nah, I'm messing with you. We got a menu here. What's that? Crazy Glue, Blue Dreams, never heard of that. Strawberry Cough.
Strawberry Cough. Oh man, this smells banging. What is that? Is that a Kush or is that cheese? Is it a Cali? I'm not a Kush smoker, mate. I don't like.
See, me and Joe have this good relationship. You know what he used to call me?
What's that?
He used to call me his Muslim brother.
Muslim brother, yeah.
And
Six of the hair.
he's my Jewish brother.
Oh. I wish people could live in harmony like that. You know what I mean? Just like
we can,
like one another.
we can. Just ignore our
Definitely.
governments. In fact, I'll tell you what. One time, man, we just need to. You know, this. I'm gonna get in a political stance because this is my rant. Can I have a quick rant? This is my rant
sure,
about. Well, this is my rant about the government, guys, and I'm. You know, you got to remember, we voted for them. We employ them. Surely we can fire them. They're doing a terrible job. Surely we can get rid of them. And I don't mean, you know, fisticuffs. I mean, it's like any job. You have a job, Nick. Am I right? And if you did something like gross misconduct, like let's say Boris Johnson clearly did, would you not be fired from your job?
Oh yeah, 100%. Immediately. Or get a disciplinary, or something like that.
Who do they work for? But never mind. Let's get off of that, man. I'm tired.
Yeah.
See,
but they don't really control things as such.
I don't even mention that place on any job application. I never mention that place. That's how bad it was. Morrison's.
All right, Morrison's. It's like Tesco's, isn't it?
Okay, back to John's weed. It's from Cali.
It's from Cali. Yeah, sweet.
I just wanted to say, man, I'm glad that because he had this he had the virus, you know, the 19.
Yeah.
And it wiped his taste buds, wiped his taste. So he said to me, he ain't gonna have any. He's not gonna have a smoke because he can't taste it when his taste buds. So now that he's saying he's got something, he's got his taste back.
Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, that's. I know it's like it's not the same, innit? It's not the same.
See, it was the worst job he's ever had. You know, on my job resume, I never even put it down that I even worked there. Me personally, reason why I don't put it down that I worked there is because I walked out, and I never walk off of a job. Joe was smart.
Really?
Joe was smart. Joe, I'm going to tell him what you did. You know what Joe did? Joe knew he was going. Joe knew he was going to walk out. Me and Joe was in the same mind frame. So what Joe did, he booked his holidays. He took all his holidays at once, never came back. So he got his holiday pay.
Oh, that's smart.
See,
well
I walked out, so I didn't get no holiday pay.
Joe's smart, man.
Yeah.
Because he didn't smoke weed. That's why.
Yeah. And plus, he's a Jew. They know everything, man.
I'm sure they do.
They knew to get away
Joe,
from
that's smart thinking.
They knew to get away from two buildings in September.
We're very close territory here. We have to speak in code to a certain degree.
I can get away with it. I can get away with
that's
it.
Right.
It's funny that isn't it funny how the world is? If you're not of a certain way, you can't say things. But if you are of that certain way, you can say anything, and then you're getting they're me, I'm them.
Yeah, especially if you want to beat the algorithm, that's a whole different matter entirely.
No. You know, sometimes you have to say how it is and what it is. You know, sometimes a joke is a joke.
Yeah, but the thing is now, Hidden, you know, you can get arrested for that now.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, depends on what you're talking about.
I don't think I would ever say anything that would get us that I could find myself getting arrested for. I'm not that kind of person, but a joke's a joke.
Yeah, I know, but we've come to the point, you know, where again, not getting political, but where it's come to the point where you got to watch out what you say because, you know, words can offend people, especially if you work for the Labour government.
See, I used to think that, and then I had my mindset changed And my mindset has changed to this, that I am no longer responsible for what triggers you. What triggers you that's your responsibility, not mine. I'm allowed an opinion. I'm sorry, and if I get something wrong, like calling a lady a man, or a man a lady, whichever way, because some of these people, you know, that's your problem. It's not mine. I made a mistake.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
I know. We were living in like strange times. I come across people like these freaks with like pronouns and all that, you know. But let's not go there, because I could go off on one. But no, I understand, bruv.
Anyways, Jesus, we got to rear it back. What's going on? It's like,
what's going on?
You know what I think it is, Nick? I think we've been out of sync with our shows, haven't we? So
in what way?
It's kind of like a catch up. I'm feeling like it's like a catch up with everyone having these little cool. Because has it been about 3 weeks now?
Yeah, last time we had John. Yeah, it's about 3 weeks ago. But I haven't. I've done a bit of research in Phoenix Lights. I've always known about the case, but I haven't really done like a presentation that I normally do. But like I said to you, Hidden, we want to have like a nice, relaxed, fit episode, just chill. Might veer off in different subjects and all that. And anything people want to talk about in the chat, go ahead, bring it up. Anything Ufology you've seen. There's nothing too political. But I've got bro, bring this video up. This is the military debunk video. So,
I always love her comments, man. It is killing me. Thank you.
How do you, is it how do you pronounce that?
I would say
Brigitte.
Yeah, I feel like sending her the link and say, come on, tell us how to pronounce your name.
Yeah, please do. As you can see, me and Hidden, we're not very good at speaking. Speaking and also reading it well. There we go. Right, so we all know about flares that was classified as the official debunk for this lights. So let's click play. Let's turn the volume up.
According to the Maryland Air National Guard, the illumination flares were deployed, fell, and disappeared from sight behind the mountain range seen in the video. But many eyewitnesses claimed that the lights they saw were in front of the range and therefore could not have been the same flares. In an attempt to settle this crucial debate, we gave the tapes shot by one of the witnesses to Dr. Leonid Rudin of Cognitech, a California-based image processing firm. Rudin examined the same images that had been previously analyzed by Jim Dilatoso.
We were presented with two videotapes. One videotape was shot at night. Another videotape was made during the day from approximately the same location with the camera pointing in approximately the same direction.
Give you the angle and idea of the surroundings and what we saw at night and the mountains where the lights appeared to be. There's a mountain range here as well. We don't know where it is over here.
Rudin first lined up the day and nighttime images, using the ridgeline in the foreground as a reference. By overlaying the images, he could determine if the lights simply vanished on their own or disappeared behind the distant mountain range.
We superimposed two video sequences. We produced a new video sequence in which each frame is a combination of two frames, night and day. We registered the hill. We have no control whether it comes below the mountain or above the mountain.
After several hours, the intricate process was complete.
That's right. This is a loop which repeats this disappearing sequence over and over again. And the one thing that we see here, which is striking, is that at no point the lights disappear above the ridge of the mountain, and at no point the lights descend below the ridge of the mountain. The disappearance of the light coincides precisely with the point in time when the light is exactly at the top of the mountain. And And that happens not with one light, not with two lights, but with all the lights that we see on the videotape. Therefore, the only conclusion we have is that those lights are behind the mountains, not in front of the mountains.
Armed with this information, watch the videotape again and judge for yourself. Are these merely flares dropping behind a mountain range, or UFOs mysteriously vanishing? Sometimes the human eye can form its own conclusions. This dramatic demonstration seems to support the contention that the 10 o'clock event was the result of illumination flares being dropped behind the distant ridge. Now you can buy
go away, adverts. Yeah, so that is the debunk.
See,
it's plausible, isn't it? Look at it. It kind of looks
I
plausible.
was gonna say that because now we have to look at, is that the only footage of the Phoenix Lights that we have?
No, there's loads of there's quite a number of them, but it's you can't really tell whether or not it's an actual craft. Yet some of them you can see the boomerang shaped, but you can't. It's just balls of light, mate. That's essentially what it is. I'm just going by what the eyewitnesses who saw it said. Look, no, this was.
See,
it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because people have that perception of what they actually see that day.
Well, see, now me personally. Now, I would like to see the other footage, because when I'm looking at the footage as they showed it at the end, the lights did go out, but other people said this thing moved, glided off.
Yeah.
So to me, what I just saw, although it don't look like flares, it had the characteristics of flares because they were going out one at a time.
They wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to try. But the thing is hidden. They dropped flares as like a test footage. Sorry, to sort of debunk it, and in that same area, and the flares didn't look nothing like it. There was no smoke trails. I mean, I understand if it was descending behind the mountains, you should have some sort of trail illuminated behind it. Makes sense?
Makes sense.
So I'm just trying to find a combination here. Phoenix Lights.
No, I'm not saying they're flares, but we got eyewitness that was saying something. But
yeah,
all we really got that as a show here that we can look at is the footage evidence. We can take eyewitness as credible. I'm not discounting it, but we have footage to look at. So let's see the behaviors, the characteristics.
Yeah. I'm trying to find extended footage of this. Sorry, mate.
It's okay.
I should have done this before the show. But yeah, what do you guys think in chat? Do you think it's flares? Do you think it's Klaxar? Try to look for some quality weed. Klaxar. He's like the head alien, bruv. You should know what Klaxar is. He's like the head alien.
I just deal with the underlings. Oh dear God! Oh dear God! Somebody's going to turn around.
That you're fine.
So now somebody's going to turn around and say, "So you think I'm an underling?" That's going to be a little bit more this week.
Cool. How do you spell combination? Combination.
Maybe you mean compilation.
Compilation, yeah.
C-O-M. Oh, you're playing. See, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to clip this. Oh, I'm not playing.
I'm trying to trip you up.
We have, okay, as far as flares, Joe Mama says no flares, not at all. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah,
Joe
I don't think
says
it's flares.
not a flare.
Hmm.
Martin R says, keep it simple, stupid MF.
Okay.
Then he says, it's a compilation, you dumbass. Then he says, your mama looks like an alien. Oh my God, Martin, what's going on, man?
What's going on, bruv?
Oh my God. Everyone else is laughing. Martin's just having a big laugh, and he sends you a kiss at the same time, man. Next, he's gonna be inviting you. Go on.
Mate, I'm too stoned, man. Hold on, I'm trying to find this. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Raw footage.
Okay, let's see. Adam said something now. No messing about. I remember when this happened, and the whole flare idea came out days later. It was real, not flares.
Yeah.
All right. Normal programming is about to resume.
Mate, I can't find this footage, so I'm just going to skip it.
All right.
This compilation.
Compilation. Well, since we had enough of Martin cussing Nick, should we put one more cuss up from Martin? Nah. You're gonna hurt Nick, man. You know.
Mate, no, it's not really gonna hurt me at all.
Come on, Martin. Where did that all come from? Does someone need a hug?
God bless you, Martin. There we go. I tell you what. Do you want to? Have we got anything else to say about the Phoenix Lights?
We want to see Jake Pliston. This is what we've turned up for. We want to see Jake Pliston explaining how he saw the Phoenix Light, but he didn't report it when he saw it.
We're going to find out.
That's quite interesting. Just look up Kurt Russell, Phoenix Lights. I'm sure it's some. At this moment, I don't care about community. I don't care about getting a copyright strike. It doesn't matter. Or I mean, demonetized. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is.
Mate. Got it. No. Yeah. So, what was? Apparently, didn't he? He's a pilot, isn't it? And he said that he saw it in the distance. Hold on, I'm just getting these adverts out of the way. I'll shove this through.
Oh, Martin's back on you. He's calling you a spoon sniffer.
Spoon sniffer.
He's really got it in for you, man.
Let's bring this up.
What have you done to him? I think that's what he was trying to say.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Who owned the switch off the Phoenix Lights? I'd like to see their light bill for that night, mate.
So I'm trying to find this footage. Hold on.
While you're trying, I watched this weird film the other day. Now, it's the reason why I'm saying it's weird is I don't know whether I liked it or not. Have you heard of? It's a movie called Long Legs.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. It's a very strange movie, isn't it?
It is somewhat. It is somewhat. It's that strange that I don't know whether I like it or not. And I've been pondering it. I'm thinking, I can't. If I say it and people haven't watched it, it's about a detective looking for a serial killer. I don't want to compare.
Is it gory? I'm pretty sure.
No,
I've heard it's gory.
Nah, it's not. I don't know. My level of gore and other people's level of gores could be different. I mean, like if you, like I said, if you'll get my level of gore if you've seen like The Terrifier.
Oh yeah,
Once
that
you watch
poster looks bloody terrifying, mate.
once you see the Terrifier, then you'll understand my kind of level of gore.
Is it like a B movie, isn't it? I quite like B movies if it's got a bit of
You
like
should
quirk
watch
to
it.
it.
You should
Got
watch
its own
it.
charm.
You should, because he maintains like he maintains this level of his standard. It's kind of like it's got an 80s feel and all that.
Ah, I see. Okay. I'll check it out, man. I'll check it out.
You should.
Right, I've got a video of Mr. Kurt Russell. He's still alive?
He's still alive. No, I heard Jake Pliskin was dead.
Right. Where are we to? Let's do this.
It's the BBC.
It's
Can
more,
you
yeah,
wait,
because this is
stop it.
international.
Could you find another one?
Oh, yes, BBC. Bastards.
Yeah.
Sorry, swore. Let's have a look. Yeah, I did wonder that.
Hello. There you go. I can't wait for free. Definitely can't wait for free. Everybody, the people that have seen it, they're not giving spoilers away, but the people that have seen it have said that the shower scene. And that's all I keep on saying. One word, shower scene. That's all I can see.
Shower scene. Is it on YouTube? Can I Google it?
I don't know. You can see the trailer. You can watch the trailer, man. Well, I mean, I showed you the trailer.
Yeah, it looked pretty wild, man.
It's going to be off the chain. And they said, they said to him, they wanted it to make it less gory, and he said, nah. Nah. Because he knows,
Right.
like, say with Terrifier 2,
yeah.
The cinema, it's got a very small release. Cinemas weren't picking it up. I mean, where I saw it in the city, and the guy in the cinema, it was a little art house cinema that had it. If it could hold 20 people, he'd be lucky. You get what I mean? It's a little small art house cinema had it, called the Mockingbird. I'll give him a plug. Mockingbird in Digbeth. They had it, and I said to him, "How did you get it?" Because I heard rumors that they were going to put it in the cinema, but it was going to be edited. So I asked him about it, and he said he had to get a special license to play it. So it's the unedited.
Because the gore? Because it's too gory?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, all you have to do is watch one. And every movie has been a progression, hasn't it? So
it's just like ramped up each time. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why 3's off the chain.
All right. Nice, man. I have a video, a different one.
Good. BBC, you definitely get shot for.
Yeah, same as like Joe Rogan as well. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, but yeah, BBC, I'll remember that in the future, mate. But bring this one up.
I haven't seen Romulus yet. I'm still waiting for that to come on. I still watch stuff for free.
Normally, it just comes on. If you just wait a couple of months now, it just comes on streams.
Yeah.
Is that because I wanted to see Twisters, because I love the original Twister movie. It's one of my favorite movies, and I thought I don't really want to go in the cinema if it's like an okay movie. I think time's precious now, so I thought I'll just wait until it comes out on the streaming service. I was a bit lazy, really, not doing the cinemas any favors. But anyway, we got the Joker. You had Deadpool come out this year, so yeah, I got some good movies.
I don't know if I want to watch the Joker, man. I mean, Joker, because it's a musical, and now what I've heard is it's what they've been saying is it's mostly courtroom based, so they're going to be singing in court.
Wait, did you just say it was a musical?
Yeah.
What?
Didn't you know that?
No, I didn't.
You look it up. Trust me, it's a musical.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That's what I said. But I said, you know what? It might not be that bad. I'll give it. And then when they said it's courtroom based, like it's mostly courtroom. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh man! I tell you what, a movie that did surprise me, and that is Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Super Mario Brothers. That was good. Good movies. Yeah, if you want to switch your brain off, smoke a bunch of weed, 420.
And I used to party in Digmouth. I used to go to the Institute. God damn it.
Bring up the video, man.
Hold on, let me choke in peace.
Yes.
There we go.
Right.
Oops. Gotcha.
Right, let's do this.
Oh, God.
Bring this back.
There's a story that another story involving you and your son that I want to ask you about because I don't know the details on this story. But you guys saw a UFO, true?
Oh, you're talking about yeah, yeah, it is
in
true.
A plane, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, Goldie had an experience. She wrote about it in her book. But anyway, so she's not just a firm believer. She had an experience. So one time, Oliver, I was flying. It was in a time where I was kind of like I just a couple of years earlier learned to fly. So I was still at a period in my life where any excuse to fly would do. He wanted to go to Phoenix to see a friend. And I said, sure, I'll fly.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we flew to.
My dad wouldn't drive me to the mall, by the way. Maybe bowling. That was it.
So we're going into Phoenix, and I think it was Sky Harbor, and there's these bank of lights, 6 lights, in the shape of a triangle going back, right over the airport. And I'm looking at them as I'm coming in. I'm on the horn talking to them, and I'm coming in. And I'm not saying anything about it because I'm kind of confused by it, but I can't tell if this is going to be an issue or not with landing. And Oliver said, hey, Pa, what are those lights? And I said, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they are. And so anyway, I called up the tower and I said, what are you guys painting tonight over the airport? And they said, we're not showing anything. What are you seeing? I said, well, there's 6 lights in a row. And they said, do you want to report this? And I said, look, I can't identify it. It's flying and it's 6 objects. So that's what it is, right? So we landed. I dropped him off, flew home. Years later, I come home and Goldie's watching this show on UFOs. And the most reported one of all time was this one in Phoenix. And I start to see this show and I said, wait a minute. That's the night Ollie and I were landing in Phoenix. I remember that. And I said, wait a minute, I've got it in my logbook. So I went to my logbook and I didn't mention anything about the reporting the UFO, but my flight was logged. So I said, yeah. And on the show, they talked about 20,000 people reporting it and only one general aviation pilot. And I said, that's me. Right? So the weirdest part of that to me, though, was I'd never thought about it from the time I landed until I saw that TV show. And when I saw Oliver the next day, he hadn't either.
Really?
I thought that was kind of bizarre.
That's when you know you have an interesting life, when you go like, yeah, UFO.
So there we go.
He's a stunning man, isn't he? I like him. I like him.
Especially when he's de-aged, yes. So yeah, he managed to see these lights, but who knows, man? I mean, do you know what? It kind of reminds me when we had
and Nick. It's a thumbs up for both of us.
Thumbs up, yes. When we had Wayne on and his solar craft, or what we presumed those lights that he saw in the airport were it possibility some sort of experimental craft. I mean, you think how big that thing was.
You know, maybe you're onto something. Was that solar wing plane out there? Because that's the
Yeah,
only
back,
thing. That's the
yeah,
only
back in the
thing that was
90s it
quiet.
was.
That's the only thing
Mm.
that was quiet.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, there's no blinking lights. You know, you would have had some sort of, you know, I don't know, but I've just thrown it out there. You know, you had 6 lights, and I believe the craft that Wayne saw in the video footage, I think it had probably up. I think it had
I
like
think it
7
was
lights
6.
on it.
No, I think it
6.
had 6 on each side.
Yeah. So who knows, man? It could have been an experimental craft. But if it was a solar craft, I would imagine it would be done at the daytime. So who knows, man? It is one of those UFO mysteries that will
But
never be
again,
solved.
it hovered.
It did, but whether or not it descended behind the mountains, this is the other thing. It's hard to tell. It's
See,
hard to tell.
that's a good point you raised that, because I was wondering what mountains they were, but I know now we're high, so we're not going to figure this one out. But my point across is, could those mountains be possibly a divider? Because remember, they were seen in 2 different states, so that would give you obviously the location or where this object would have traveled.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, because you see, when where it's over at the moment is Phoenix, Arizona, and then it moved towards Nevada. So the possibility of this craft, if we're saying that if this is a craft, it went behind the mountain and it traveled towards Nevada.
Okay.
From there.
You know what? I'm gonna get this up.
Yeah, I think that's all the footage I've got, mate. Let's have a little look.
Let's see if I can.
So yeah, this is it's one of those events that will never be solved. Welcome to ufology. That is ufology in a nutshell.
I don't know if I.
But didn't he, Russell? Is it? Yeah, Russell Crowe. Didn't he say 22,000 people witnessed it? That's a lot of people.
Was Russell Crowe there?
Is that Russ? No, what's that guy in the interview?
Oh, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Sorry. Oh dear.
Russell Crowe. I was thinking, let's pull up that footage. I just want to get a map.
Mate, this is what happens when you're 420.
Oh no. All right.
The Sean Ryan show with the whistleblower will blow your mind. Oh, check that out. We'll check that out. Yeah, he's pretty good, Sean Ryan. I do check him out from time to time. There's a lot of Trust Me Bros on there, but still good stories, some good stories. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, it's been one of those weeks. I'm not trying to make excuses, but it's been a bit dire for me. So I haven't really done tons of research into Phoenix Lights, unfortunately, like I normally do, like a presentation on it. So I hope we've entertained you nevertheless with our awkward moments, Iden.
You keep chatting. All right, so where was the scene now? Phoenix. And then the other state was Nevada.
Yeah.
Phoenix. So where's Nevada? Would be over here. So
yeah.
There's Nevada. Phoenix is here.
So in the past, Los Angeles.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Oh, I'm such an idiot, man.
Don't worry.
You stoked.
I need to go in. I wonder, would that make no, that doesn't. Now I'm lost.
Okay, right. There's Arizona, right in the middle.
Arizona. I want to look for a mountain range because I want to know where those mountains were.
Mate, wait, just go on Google Map. I'll do it. Oh. Google Map.
And
This
see,
is
it would
going to
have
be
had
the awkward part.
it would have had to flown over Vegas,
It would have, yeah.
unless it was seen on the borders of Vegas. Because to see that mountain range is quite telling, because you get what I'm trying to get at. If it was on one side
I
of the
understand,
mountain
man.
and then it flew, follow its path.
Right, mate. Do you want? Right, bring up my. I'm going to bring up my screen. I've got a map on here. Hang on, let's bring this down.
See, even though you're a little bit stoned, you still want the truth, man. Let's look at this. Let's nail this.
I still want the truth. Right.
Well, I want to have a
Let's bring that
little.
up.
I don't feel like walking away from it and saying, well, let's look at a few different angles.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I hope you
right,
guys
you
don't
got
mind in the
my thing up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's do this. So this is Phoenix, right here. I'm gonna try and tilt that down. I want to move that. Hold on a minute.
The government's trying to tap into his mic.
Oh,
They're trying to tap into his mic.
Am I going out? Am I? Oh, here we go. Right.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up. Have you still got your Wikipedia page open?
I think it's the mountains here. Wikipedia.
Yeah,
Why? What's going on?
Because I wanted to know where in Nevada this was sighted. Well, because we know it was sighted.
Well,
in
this
Phoenix,
is it here.
Arizona.
I think I've got it here, mate. Yeah, you just got to look for the mountainside. Here we are. Let's get that flat.
Well, we know which direction it had to have traveled to get to Nevada, the state of Nevada.
Oh man. Oh. Right, so here's Phoenix. I'm gonna oh my god, I'm way too stoned for this stuff. Where's Los Angeles? Where's Los Angeles?
Vegas. Las Vegas. Right. I'm pulling up the wiki page and I'm going to say, right. So that's Tucson. It was seen Phoenix, the edge of Tucson, which is still in Arizona.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to see where in Nevada it was seen.
God, I've lost it. Oh my god, sorry, I'm lost it.
Henderson.
Where the hell? Oh, there it is, Arizona. And up here. Jesus Christ. Mate, I'm too stoned for this. I don't know where I'm looking. I'm looking for what? Los Angeles, yeah? No, Las Vegas.
I'll tell you what, let me take this over.
All right, no, I found it. Right, okay, hold on. There we go. So it traveled in a direction of Los Angeles, yeah? Las Vegas. Oh my god, Nick.
Okay, what you're looking for is Henderson, Nevada. That's where it was. That's where the report was cited. So wherever Henderson was or is, that's the path it would have traveled. and it.
Did it say how close it was to Phoenix?
It was sighted in 2 places in Phoenix. It was sighted in Phoenix, and it was sighted at the edge of Tucson.
Yeah.
So Tucson would be another way where it traveled, and then it went to Henderson. It was sighted at Henderson, Nevada. But there was a police report in Paulding. That's it. Got it. There was an officer reported it in, but he reported it.
Oh, there it is, Henderson. There it is.
You got it.
Right. Okay. So, right. I don't want to lose that. Let's go back. Right, Henderson. This up.
I'm having a joint.
Phoenix.
Now.
Right. So if I'm going to Henderson, so basically it went straight up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in. Now I know I am. Sorry, guys. Everyone in chat.
Told you the government's messing with
Let's
his
zoom
mind.
in. I'm going to flatten out, and then we're going to have a little look. It is. Or
What, a straight line.
Right, let's do this. Yeah, straight line up. So let's put that like that. You see that right here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically straight ahead. Let's see that. I think it's straight ahead, mate. I don't know what I'm trying to prove here. I'm trying to get to the mountains, and I don't think Google, this part of Google, is going to be that advanced for us to actually do that, mate. Anyway.
But it's basically a straight
well, at least
line.
you tried, mate. If Cheech and Chong was investigators, it's basically a straight line, yeah.
But
if you would have tracked its path, it would have went through unless there's a military installation somewhere nearby. Who knows?
I just wanted to see the path.
It's not like it's just down the road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's quite a fair distance, isn't it? We haven't got to Los Angeles yet. Las Vegas, whatever.
That's it. Los Angeles is a bit further. Excuse me.
Anyway, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
See, I wonder if that's the mountain range that they're talking about. But then it would have been seen on the other side. Well, you traveled somewhere else because you're in Sacramento.
No.
We're in California, mate.
Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to pinpoint where the mountains were.
Oh, well.
Like the exact mountains. Anyway. So yeah, it's a fair few miles to travel in that straight line there. So there we go.
They're using them mountains.
Anything else hidden you want to put forward?
Nah, I put nothing forward. Then Kurt Russell is a legend. And I like his Santa Claus movies.
I have to admit, the Santa Claus movies. I thought that was Tim Allen.
No, well, yeah, but he does his own.
Oh, right, okay.
I can't remember what they're called now.
Yeah.
That's how good they are. But yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
that was
have
back in the early 90s. I remember.
Well, I have nothing more to say on the Phoenix Lights other than it still remains a mystery.
Certainly does. Certainly does, Hidden. Yeah.
Because,
but nevertheless, it's seen by thousands of people. And yeah, it will still remain a mystery. Part of ufology, isn't it?
But what do you guys in the chat think?
Weed me.
Seymour.
But yeah, what do you guys think in the chat about Phoenix Lights as we move on?
What would be your opinion then? While we grab some feedback, or any other things possibilities that we may not have thought of that you have.
Well, obviously we've got the flares, we've got the experimental craft, whether or not it's a blimp or the solar plane. I don't think it's the military taking the piss as like a ha-ha sort of experiment like the mainstream media proclaimed it was. Who knows, man? You think, like I said, like back in the 90s, people saw, I mean, like even today, people see like these balls of light in the sky, they get really excited, and with all the theories get backed up, is some sort of craft in the sky, which I'm not denying that. I'm not denying the fact that this could have been a huge craft. So, yeah.
Well, Dan Peters says it's a space platform.
All right, nice. Yeah,
that's thinking outside the box, my friend.
It is. I can definitely use one of those for work. Definitely. That's formation triangle, not 6. Okay.
Let's see if Martin R's got anything to say about you again. Playing a drinking game, but with cones for a light reference. Yeah, let's play that game. Let's see. Any words of insight here? No. Nobody's telling us anything. Triangular ships. Oh. Here we go. Back to the space platform. Thank you.
Triangle ships. Dock to them. Yeah.
Well, other than that, I just say it's a mystery. That's me. That's me where I'm at. Because
like all that noise was.
Well, it's our ghost. But we'll save that. We'll save that for Halloween.
Oh yeah, talk about Halloween. With being hidden, we've got something prepared. I think I would say it's probably one of the best ghost photos you've probably ever seen. You've seen it, Hidden, haven't you?
No,
and this is one. This is the one that was taken by me donkeys years ago, and I have the original photo with all the data on it, the enhanced photo. So it's going to be a very special Halloween episode coming up, which is not too far actually. When you look at it, it's
not too far.
It's not too far away,
and it's more going to be like an after show party. So, because I hope you guys will make it to the premiere. I haven't been. But also, what I got to say is we've also got a documentary maker. I hope we'll turn up as with many laurels like that person got. In fact, save that clip with that laurel because I'm going to ask him that question if he's got them same laurels as her. So please save it. But this guy, he's Carmel, Maine.
Carmel, Maine. Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's done a documentary, and it's getting noticed on the independent film circuits. So he's going to be joining us as well. So be careful.
Yeah.
But
All right, mate.
he's one of these guys, and it's an interesting story. And I'll just tell you, I'll just say it right now. I'm not going to go into details, obviously not, but basically he set out as a firm believer. And by the end of the documentary, he had some of his opinions changed, but only some, because I would like him to tell you some of the stuff he's told me. So he's going to be an interesting guest, but he's one of us. I know don't want me to say this, but he does partake in some of the 420s. So hopefully he'd be having some 420, and he will chill out with us too.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So
I think I'm over 420, I think.
Oh, you what, 840?
8.4. I think it's the most highest I've been, although stoned I've been on the shows.
But
it's good. It is all good, man. I enjoy your company, bro. But yeah, I hope this was entertaining for you guys in chat, whoever's watching this.
It ain't over yet. Because you've had your UFO sighting.
I do indeed. Okay, talking about balls of light. Very common thing.
Great segue.
It is a good segue. Yes. If you pop on to Investigate with Nick 89 on Rumble, I upload every single day, primarily for time-lapse videos. I analyze the skies for those signposts in the sky, or what me and Hidden like to call the daily dose of vitamins. Code word, wink, wink. So I've been doing that every single day for 2 years. And the other day, as I was taking my time-lapse camera indoors, I looked up in the sky and I saw this object. We got it up here, Hidden, yeah? Got me on screen.
And his Rumble channel, the links are in the description box.
Yeah, please do. Like and
as
subscribe
always.
as always, definitely. So this is what I captured.
You know, my stone self, my stone self, you know what I was just doing? I was trying to press the play button on the screen.
That's it. We over 420. Oh my god! Right, so
I'm still here. I'm still here.
So the backstory of this: I saw this ball of light flying through the clouds. Literally, this is how low it is. It's not a satellite. It was bright. So I'm going to put it on mute because I swore a lot on this. Here we go. Let's put something a bit bigger.
Oh dear God! Why do you swear kids like to watch these things?
What they do. You can see here. See here, it's starting to fade in and out because it's going through the clouds, and it was silent. Right, you see that ball of light hidden?
I do.
So yeah, and now you see it pick up speed. There it goes. Wait for it. It picks up speed. In a minute. Hold on. Now. So here's the slow down version. So this was going through the clouds. It was silent. People could say, "Oh no, it was a what they call it, a Chinese lantern." I've seen Chinese lanterns before, and you can tell when it's got the cylindrical frame of the actual lantern itself. It's not. It was a bright ball of light, as you can see here.
It looks almost like it's plasmatic.
It does, doesn't it?
If that's a word.
But this was going through the clouds. I'm not joking. It went through the clouds. I saw it, and I immediately got my camera out and zoomed in much as I can. And this is what I captured. So,
was it going against the wind, or what was the wind like?
I don't know, to be honest with you, until I look at the time lapse camera. Yeah, I'm not too sure, Hidden, to be honest with you. But you can see it's like changing color. I don't know if that's to do with the camera.
Well, could you see it with your eye?
Yeah, I saw it with my eye. Yeah, this is why I got the camera out. I got the camera out because I saw it. I thought, God, that's bright, isn't it?
What did it look like with the eye? Just a bright light.
Yeah, big ball of light. I wouldn't have filmed it if I didn't think it was anything significant. But I've never seen anything like that go through the clouds. It was very, very strange. Here we go.
Tam says, "How did you feel? How did you feel watching it?"
Excited. Anytime I see anything unexplained, even when it comes to ghosts, I do get a thrill. I have to admit, it's a bit of a adrenaline rush in a good way, you know. I don't know.
It's saying, is it spinning or it's spinning?
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Looks like an ice cube UAP. So yeah, it's let's bring it back. But who knows? Who knows? The mystery continues. But it was definitely silent. Absolutely. What was this? It's another video. But yeah. What do you guys think? It's definitely out there as a ball of light. But it does look plasmatic, doesn't it? It does look like it's got sort of effect with it. Whether or not it sort of.
So how you just filming that? Not just normal, no infrared.
Yeah, no infrared. No, I was literally stuck on a tripod, a camera. I think I got it here somewhere. But no, it's just like a box standard HD camera, which I used to film my sort of videos and stuff like that. So but believe it or not, it's kind of hard to capture like balls of light in the sky, especially at night with my camcorder. But this one was so bright, even I saw that, and the camera managed to pick it up, which is saying something, you know. It was that far, because if you try to videotape any stars, you ain't going to see it with the camcorder.
That's what Martin R. is being serious now, not messing with you now. He says, how far out there? How far what?
The object itself?
The distance.
The distance. I would say 5,000 feet. It was literally going through the clouds. Now, I live on top of a hill. I'm actually quite high up compared to the people in the city. So when we got a lot of, especially my time-lapse videos, you can see these like very, very low cloud. I would say about 5,000, probably about 9,000 feet, I would say. But it was enough to actually see it phase in and out of the actual clouds. If I had something what John Bell has, the infrared scope, which I would love to get, it's about 400 quid. Maybe Christmas time, we'll see. If I would have saw that would have been incredible. Something that close up in infrared. So, but this is what happens when you do sky watching, guys. I mean, we all want to look for the truth, and we tend to look down on our phones on social media, trying to find the best footage. But all you got to do is just look up, like John Bell does on a regular basis. Just look up, and you will see something. You definitely will capture something. You may not. It's like with ghost hunting. You ain't going to be capturing anything the first time round. You got to keep doing it. If you're interested in that, you don't have to spend like the whole day outside. You know, just spend the night, or you got to spare half an hour. It's actually good for the soul to get out. You know, and just I live, you know, in a nice area. All we can hear is birds. It's quiet, and it's nice. You know, I like that. But yeah, just never give up. You will find something. But again, it was a ball of light. But it's something, though, isn't it? I can't explain now what it could be. Definitely not a Chinese lantern. It wasn't definitely a satellite. And if it was an aircraft, it would have made a noise, and you would have a blinking light. obviously that is the navigation.
That's that. It did look plasmatic in quality.
It did, didn't it? But this is the problem, Hidden. Is that to do with the effect of the camera? But we'll see. We'll see. But I definitely want to upgrade to 4K.
Or could it be the sky creatures?
Sky creatures, yes.
Their mating rituals. There you go.
Right.
Oh, you owe me a Coke now.
Hang on. Right. Hold on.
Right. You sit there. Hello.
It's all right.
Right. Well.
Right. We all done here?
Yeah. I'm just rolling up to say goodnight. This is just a cigarette.
That's right, man. Night sky watching is the best. I would 100% agree with that, Tasman. It's I especially on a clear night. Just go out, and when it's all nice and calm. Like one thing I love to do is wake up in the morning around about like 5:30, and just go outside, and it's just so peaceful. You see the sun rising. Smoke a joint if you want to. It's up to you. Live the life how you want it, and it's good for the soul, man. And you never know, you might find a TR3B or a ball of light. You never know, bruv. You never know. But yeah, just look up once in a while, guys.
Well, you might see the Mothman flying. No, it's always the Mothman. Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, it's just the Mothman is just as feasible as the Loch Ness monster.
That's very true. Yeah, very true. we all done here, bruv? Got anything to say? Anyone else in chat has anything to say?
Yeah, does anybody else? Hold on, let's see. Herman the Tosser, I've been dying to call him.
Herman the Tosser.
Do you think the lights came from the Holy Land? What lights? The Israelites? That's all I heard. I don't know. Could you, Herman? I'm not going to say your last name, but could you elaborate a bit more on that? I was thinking somebody said, Joe Mama said, to talk about would we cover the shadow people?
Yeah, I could do that. I've seen the shadow people. Yeah, there's one here when I take mushrooms. I see it in the hallway here, which I don't like. So yeah, definitely, I've got experiences of that. Yeah, we could do.
I was going to say, would you like to do a show next week as it's coming into the Halloween season? And
yeah, why not? Why not?
Shadow people.
Let's do the shadow people. Yeah, and what I'll do, I think there's some good footage of that. I've definitely seen footage of that as well, so I can compare this time. And yeah, shadow people, 100%. Let's do it.
Yeah. So when we see you in 2 weeks' time, and I'm going to tell you this now. I have been quiet because it's just some medical shit's going down at the moment. What was going on was see, I don't like taking pharmaceuticals. I really don't like taking them, so I booked the trend. But the pain was so intense that I had to go and see the physicians, and I've got me some medicine now, and it's really coping with the pain. So I know I haven't been posted any videos, and I've seen a couple that, boy, I wish I should cover. And who knows, I might do them. But I'm going to be working on the Halloween premiere. So, and it's, please guys, I know you know me, but I'm going to say it's going to be a bit of fun. I'm going to have fun with this. So I'm going to have some trailers, and I'm going to drop some commercials in there. So we're going to have a little bit of a giggle. And I'm going to be there. Nick, you going to be at the premiere of this?
Yeah, of course. I'll always be here, mate. Always be here.
All right. So Nick's going to be in the chat. I'm going to be in the chat. So and then
Go on,
we'll see you at the after show party. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Halloween one. Should be good, man.
Yeah, it'd be good fun. Yeah, what date's that, mate? Is that actually on Halloween itself?
No, we're gonna do it on the 30th, so Halloween Eve.
Halloween Eve, perfect, fantastic.
So look out for the 30th, man. I'm gonna have a premiere, and then we'll probably go a later show.
Okay, mate.
I did talk to you about that.
You did, yeah. That's fine, mate.
I really want his channel's called Ghost Quest, but I don't know if I can say his real name, but probably I really want Jamie to come. I really want Jamie to come over here too. So, and he's out in America, so I got to try and work his time to try and get it and a time to schedule. So once we get that all down, because he told me he's pretty much free for that day, so it's down to me to get this video made and know how long it is, because after the premiere we want like at least an hour. Or
John Bell put a comment saying, "Can I come?" I think it'd be good to have John on. We were talking about you, John. We want to get you back on.
I'm looking for. Did he? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the bottom, mate.
Of course you can. Of course you can, John. But we're just having a chill out, like kind of ghost thing. So you're more than welcome, though, to chill with us. More than welcome.
Because I got some orb photographs, like really, but these are not like rain droplets.
You got a very good photograph. You got a very good photograph, the one you showed me, and I am going to now build it up, because you did say, and I want you to. I'm gonna make you remember. You said once I show it on the live, you can. I'll send it over for you to put it out.
Yes, I will do that. It's very interesting stuff to come, and I'm so looking forward, because even though we do talk about UFOs, but I'd quite like to talk about like other stuff, especially like ghosts.
Me too.
I love like the paranormal, and I like to because there's so many, a bit like ufology. There's so many good ghost photos out there. Sorry, I'm way too stoned right now.
Don't worry, I got it before the algorithms heard it.
Oh man. So yeah, it's we'll go on a nice, as October we'll do like a Halloween month. I think we can delve into the mysteries and unexplained.
Well, I think that's why I like are you down with doing that? Would you be able to do some research into the thing?
Perfect. I would love to. Absolutely love to, Hidden. Yeah, it'd be a good month. Yeah, we could go like once a week if you wanted to. But yeah, we'll see. But that's in the pipeline, so I'm certainly looking forward to it. Definitely.
Okay. All right. So that's it, man. That's it.
And I think that's it from me as well. I'd like to thank everyone in chat as well. I could see all our regulars. I appreciate every single one of you here. It's always have a blast here. Like even like the awkward moments and all that. What are you smiling
They're
about?
not awkward. They're not awkward, man.
No, me and you are. We do have our awkward moments, and it's the
fine, though.
The chat are lovely. You're never wrong with you guys.
Yes. So, again, man, in an insane world, I always love George. What's his name? George. Oh my God, that's him. You got it. Don't bloody clip that one. Okay. He said it's an insane world, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And it's somewhat that resonates. That I do see the insanity in this world, and I am not proud to be a part of that. But if you understand, I understand where it's coming from, and maybe we should look at the players who started this off, rather than blaming the people that are playing the game.
Like it.
That's me saying that, not George.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. I thought, God, bloody hell, you go along for a long quote.
Nah, I'm saying the end of it. And that's how kind of I would like people here to walk away with that thought in their head and think about it, other than the Phoenix Lights and your sighting, but walk away with that kind of thought in your head. The anger is being misdirected.
Hidden, I've said this to you, and I said this on the Alien Addict on Friday. I said, has people changed? And you said they've always been the same, but mate, no, there's something in the air. The frequency has changed. The frequency has changed, brother. Something's not right. Something is.
I think I'll tell you what it is. I think in my days now, I remember a day before social media. You understand? Because I can remember the very
old school, bro.
I can remember the very first Facebook page. I can remember MySpace. So
I remember that, bro.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But I can remember before all that, and things were like it was done. But it was aimed at the right things. Now it's not.
Misdirected.
It started. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. We can't really talk. I don't really want to get into that one. But a lot of things have started from social media, and it's been false information. But by the time it's been taken down, and it's been proven to be false information. Yeah, it's done. It's done. The fire has been lit. It's done.
Okay, I understand your point. Okay,
but
yeah,
we've always, whatever you think of human nature and humanity, we've always had it in us. Just how we have it to destroy, we have it to heal. We do have it. We do have it. Sometimes you just gotta shake that tree. That's all it is.
And I think it's down to the individual and how their mindset is. If they're in conspiracy theory land, where it's like constant, I would say victimhood, but you're in an echo chamber where you just can't get out of, where everything is a conspiracy. So that don't help. And they spread that information onto social media. So it's just like a never-ending cycle of, like you said, it can be misinformation. I mean, especially when it comes to German flying saucers, my God, it's completely different to literature and then social media stuff. So I totally understand your aspect on that, mate. But I don't know if something's changed. I don't know. We can talk about it another time because people would agree with me. But you're old school, Hidden. You've been around about a lot longer than I have.
Well,
I'm only 34 years old.
I remember the poll tax riots. I remember that. And that was an actual riot. There weren't no looting. People weren't getting robbed. People band together and they were going to burn the bitch on down. They set fire to the place. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand, mate.
So
it's always been there.
There weren't no robbing. Yeah, it's always been there in our nature to fight. And I know, you see, the thing is with the world and this government, the shadow government, that's the only best way I'm going to put it.
Sure.
The shadow government. They study people. They study psychology. I know this because I know that they did this with what's his name? Pavlov. You've heard of Pavlov?
No, remind me.
Pavlov was a psychiatrist, but he was a scientist psychiatrist.
Okay.
Right? And he did experiments in mind control. So one of the first things that you will look at when you're doing psychology is Pavlov's dog. Have you guys ever heard of Pavlov's dog? Well, the reason why they talk about this in psychology is because they trained the dog they would ring a bell every time they would give the dog food.
Right. Okay.
So the dog associated the bell with food. But the reason why they talk about this in psychology is because there was a secondary accidental finding that not only did the dog associate the bell with food, but the dogs associated people in white coats with food, because the people that were feeding them the food wore white coats.
Right. Gotcha.
So that was an accidental finding. So that's why it's discovered. But the thing is, there you go. The thing is, I dug deeper into this guy. And what this guy was doing, he was doing mind control on children as well. And you can see some of these footages. It's still on YouTube. Yeah, this is the guy. Oh, sorry, this is the guy. It's still on YouTube where he had these kids kind of in a trance, and they were eating the cakes. I don't know if you guys ever seen this one. And he removed the cakes from this kind of machine, and they were still going at it, trying to eat nothing that wasn't there. So here comes his finding at the end of all this fucking at the end of all this BS that he did. His findings were that you can control people's minds. You can control an individual's mind up until a certain age. And then he said the problem with that is free will. Free will kick in. And once that kicks in, you can't control them. But
like,
what? Okay.
So you're saying that's like the awakening stage, like the realization that someone's.
Well, the questioning stage, yeah.
Yeah. It's like when your reality, you start to see what life for what truly it is, isn't it? You know, I think.
Well, you just start answering back. When you like as a father, there's a certain stage. There's a certain stage in the child's life where they'll start saying, "Well, why is that?" And when they're more knowledgeable, they'll say, "Well, that don't make no sense." And then if you don't shut them down and listen, they'll try and explain to you why. If you shut them down, then you'll never hear it. But like, that's the question. That's the stage.
Yeah, it's like when I was young as a kid. If my mum's listened to this now, when I believed in Santa Claus, we had this huge big block of flats, and I always said, "How did Santa Claus manage to deliver all the presents in every single flat? There's no like chimney." And Mum never really said. I don't think she ever said anything, but it was the realization. I was like, "Oh, hold on, this is a load of."
That's what he came at. But his footnote on his studies was he said that you can control. Now listen to this, because this is what makes me think of what happened in September.
Go for it. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
He said you can control a group of people through fear.
Welcome to 2024, brother.
Man, you see, I know this man was working directly for the government. I know this. See, my year and a half in studying psychology, and that's the only one thing I walk away with. No, I walked away with a few things.
Yeah.
But that one, because they stopped at the dogs. And I just wanted to know a bit more about this guy. And then I saw his actual work was mind control. Boy.
Is it Darren Brown type of
that's illusions.
No, that's hypnosis.
Well, there you go. No, I think I don't know, because I think it's a lot of things, unless this guy's in league with the devil, because he's pretty damn good. And there's always this correlation with spirits and stuff and magicians. You know,
I don't know.
What was Chris Isaac saying? Chris, what's his name? Mind Freak. You guys know him on about Chris? Was it Chris Crisis or something like that? Do you guys know him on about Mind Freak? Because he's gotten all God now, and he was saying some stuff. Does anybody know him on about Chris Angel?
No, I don't, mate.
Chris Angel,
Chris Angel, right?
The guy, like the goth magician.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Well, I believe he's found God.
Oh, is he?
Or he's gone religious or something like that on them lines. But I know he was talking some stuff, man, and I thought, whoa, this is far out, man.
Okay.
You never heard about that. That's why they say it's not called conjuring for no reason.
Oh, right. Okay. I didn't know that. Well, all the best to him. believes is going to put you down a better path, go for it, man. I'm not going to knock anyone who thinks otherwise. So yeah, a fair play to him. But all this magician stuff, mate, is a bit like Uri Geller and his bloody spoon bending. I remember when he was on a chat show, American chat show, and he was where he was known for his spoon bending. And then I think it was on Conan's show, and then Conan says, "Right, here's a load of spoons. Could you bend one of these spoons?" And Uri Geller was like, "Oh no, my psychic ability powers, you know." But he always pulls a spoon from his pocket, you know. But, I'm not saying that he's the same mindset as what Darren Brown is, or you know, David Blake or whatever his name is. Who's that other?
Blaine. He's a
David
weirdo.
Blaine. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, he's
man, that guy's strange.
autistic, I think.
You think? You think?
Yeah, severely.
He gives me the
autistic,
creep.
yeah.
Did you see when he came on one of the British TV shows? And
Yeah,
he
he
did
was
that
like
with the eye. No, he had the eye, and he was doing it every time Eamon Holmes asked him a question. He was going like that with the eye. He had this eye drawn on his hand.
Oh,
He kept on doing that to Eamon Holmes. I don't think that's autism.
I don't know, David Blaine. The things with all these magicians, part again is like ufology. It is entertainment at the end of the day. You know, when he did the levitation thing, you can clearly see it's all staged and all that. But I'm not saying that all magicians are fake. There's some very, very good stuff. But when it came to oh bloody hell, his name it in the English guy who does the mind tricks and everything. Oh, I can't think of his name. Darren Brown.
Blaine? Yeah, Darren Brown.
Darren Brown. He's more, I would say, sort of MK Ultra style mind control, where he can actually control a person, and he's made a lot of series on that. Especially the people in chat who's know anything about David Blaine. Is it David Blaine?
David Brown.
David Brown, or so that's it, David Brown.
Oh, Dan Brown.
Yeah, if any of you got spare
I
an
don't
hour,
watch him.
go watch.
I don't watch him.
He's pretty good, I have to admit. I used to watch him years ago.
There's,
he did this
there's, oh, I was just
Go
going
for
to say there's this energy I get from him, this vibe, just even off the TV set. I don't like the look of the man.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think he's conjuring up some sort of entities or demonic entities?
I think he's
guidance
in league.
help.
I do think he's in league with something. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, I'm not lying. I have seen him. Like I've seen him when he walked into the shop and showed the man a piece of paper, and the man thought it was money.
Yeah.
He made the man think it was money, and it was just a blank piece of paper. And he did that to a few people.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, pretty good stuff. I don't know if you ever heard of Dynamo.
See, he's another one. Do you know his little story that he tells?
Yeah,
about him going into the woods.
Yeah, I listened to a 2.5, about 3-hour podcast on him, and he told his whole backstory, and it's so fucking tragic. Oh, sorry, Head, and I swore. It's so tragic. It really is. He's got such a tragic story. But what are you going to say about him, mate?
Well, did he tell you the story about him going into the woods?
Remind me.
He went into the woods for 3 nights to find his spiritual guide.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? But even with him, you can tell he's, you know, when he speaks, he's gone through a lot of trauma and all that. Hi, Rebecca. Nice to see you.
I'll keep you up because I'm just rolling. Yeah, but the trauma is what they're saying, but is, you know, sometimes, well, it's not sometimes, when you can, look at a person's deeds rather than their words.
Sure. That's a good point.
And
good point, mate.
That's very telling. You know, he went in the woods for 3 nights. 3 nights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's 3. I'm not trying to play any games. I'm just saying, look, this is what the cat said, and to me, it just whoa. And then he said to find his spiritual guide.
Is on a whole new level, isn't it? These magicians, you never get the full story, whether or not they're in this like cult, or I say quite like community or cult, whatever you want to call it, where they can give up any of their secrets.
They are a bit of a cult, because don't they have the magic circle? You heard of the magic circle? It's just a thing that only magicians can join, like Paul Daniels, all that. If you're part of the magic circle, you're taken a bit more seriously.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
You guys ain't nobody heard of this.
No, I never heard of it, mate. No.
Yeah, you should look it up, man. You should look it up. The magic circle. It's an actual thing. But many like entertainers are part of this magic circle too. You get what I mean? It'd be interesting to get a full list of the members of the magic circle.
Yeah.
But many entertainers are a part of it. Like I said, Paul Daniels. Do you remember him? You'll like this one a lot.
Oh, mate. Paul Daniels, if you're up there, right up here, buddy. Is he the guy, the British magician?
Yeah.
He can go himself. I can't stand that. I tell you what pissed me off. After when Freddie Mercury died, he was on a chat show with Brian May and Roger Taylor on GMTV, and this twat waffle, Paul Daniels, going, "Oh, I don't like rock and roll and all that." He's been such a prick. Sorry, Hidden. And from that point, I was like, "Oh no, sod this guy. He has no respect for me." And you can see Roger Taylor and Brian May were close to tears because their best friend has just died from AIDS, Freddie Mercury. And you got Paul Daniels had absolutely no sympathy. I don't like rock and roll and all that. No, Paul Daniels, right up here, buddy. Hope you're burning in hell. Sorry, I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. Sorry.
What are we going to do with you, eh? What are we going to do with you?
Sorry, I just, no, I don't like him. I say it like it is. I just, no.
Poor Paul Daniels.
He's a tosspot anyway. Never liked him. Yeah. But yeah, fake magician with,
I guess you didn't like it a lot then.
No, I didn't like it a lot. No.
That was his catchphrase.
Oh yeah, was it? Oh, is it?
You're not gonna like this.
Don't like him. So.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. So.
Sorry, I went on a rant then. Yeah. But anything else you want to say, Eden?
Paul Daniels. No, I'm not going to say it. Yeah. So Magic Circle. So we covered a lot of stuff today, but yeah. All right. We're gonna say goodbye. So next show, Shadow People.
Let's do Shadow People. Yeah. I shall do some research into this and trying to find some at least half decent video footage to prove the case that these shadow people is technically ghosts, isn't it? Really?
Well, are they? Are they?
Entities, demons.
Many great theories on them.
I'm going down the path of entities, but we should save that for a future show. But yes, we should do the shadow people. Yeah.
That's it. So,
brother.
I said my goodbyes about half an hour ago. So
yeah, we did, didn't we?
I'm like my mom. Remember when you say, "Your mom, you're on the phone," and you say, "She said, look, 5 minutes."
It's like an hour's gone by. Yeah.
And she comes up with another conversation to have. Well, I'm going. So, guys, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for joining us. And
pleasure as always. Thank you.
Next show's going to be the Shadow People. Thank you all. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, one and all. And that's it. That's all I want to say, man. That's all I want to say. Yeah, know your enemy. That's all I'm going to say on that. So we're going to play us out, and I'm going to try and end it right.
Good night, guys. Take care, everyone.
All right. And see you when I see you.
See you next week.
Oh, hold on. See? I'm doing nothing right, man.
Again.
Oh, bollocks.
Uh,
All right. Here we go.
we're done.
Since it's Halloween, we're going out like this.